All right, so here we are. We're off the coast of Catalina. The water was beautiful. Look at the visibility, man. It was like up to 25, 30, 40 feet in all the areas. There's a buddy of mine, Nick, met him on the boat. But, I mean, this was just an epic dive, probably one of the most epic dives I've been on in Catalina. So I'll just tell you what happened. So we'll just start with the first big thing of the day. Boop! Whoa, what was that? It is a shark. Definitely a shark. Didn't know what it was. I thought it was a leopard shark. And then I started following around, and it turned out it was a horn shark. Don't know why they're called horn sharks, but I kept poking him, trying to get him moved so I can get some action shots with him. You can actually see how small he is once you get next to the sea urchins there. So he's probably about a foot and a half, maybe. But look at those eyes, pretty little eyes, just staring at me, ready to attack. So I was like, come on, little shark, let's get going. Finally got going, and I got to do some tracking shots as he felt a little bit comfortable with me and figured I wasn't a threat. And he's just hunting his prey. I don't know what they eat, but look at those spots. Beautiful little shark. And of course, the lower you get, the more the color changes. But loved it. Okay, so next what was up, we're going through this kelp forest, and then I noticed over here in this little bush, it was a giant kelpfish. I don't see too many of those. It's kind of a longer version of a smaller kelpfish. I tried to get him to move, poked him, and then he just, boop, disappeared. Anyway, there's more Garibaldi just floating around. And then behind the Garibaldi, a school of pierfish just floating around. And then we came to this big cliff. You get to these cliffs, you can really feel the water temperature change. That probably went down about 30, 40, maybe 50 feet. Nothing down there for us to see, but nevertheless really cool. Then, as you see near this cliff, I'm hanging out with a bunch of what I believe to be blacksmith fish. All these are rock fish, basically. You know, they hang out with the rocks. They love it. They're just coastal marine life, and it's just kind of like I'm like in my little aquarium, having fun with my GoPro. And then, still along this cliff here, checking my dive computer, checking out how much time I got, and then, whoops, grab a piece of reef. That doesn't happen too often. Chucked it down the cliff. All right, did 3 dives. I don't know which dive this was, but I thought, okay, I can see a lobster down here. No, not just one lobster, but look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A family of 11 lobsters just hanging out, checking me out. I'm checking them out. They're like going, what do you want? I'm like going, not much, but imagine how many lobster dinners that could feed. All right, then Nick pointed over here and saw a barracuda. That was kind of cool, swimming in the distance. Those guys are fast, so there's no way I could keep up to him. Then Nick pointed out and said, wanted me to see something. Wasn't quite too sure what he wanted me to see. I think it was those little fluorescent plants. They're kind of bright orange and purple on the bottom. I don't know what they are. I tried to identify them, but believe it or not, this is the only male sheephead that we saw, next to a female sheephead right below him, that we saw on the whole dive. So only sheephead of the day. Then we saw this, it's not a cave, but it was this tiny little crevice decided to swim through. I thought it was kind of cool to squeeze myself through there. Got a little stuck. Don't panic. Got through, and then I think my fin got caught. Try to pull that thing through. It was like, ugh. Anyway, there's little pokey things on the side, and I'm trying to grab it, cut myself, but nevertheless, I like to swim with one glove so I can feel with my right hand. And there's Nick getting through. Does a little bit better job going through than me. Perfect. Whoop. All right, I don't know what this fish is. I tried to look it up. Some sort of, I mean, it's got stripes on it. It's kind of gray. There's a juvenile Garibaldi because it's got purple spots, not purple, but bright blue spots on it. Really cool. Then we saw this, California. Why did the fish cross the road? Just for the halibut. These are cool little fish. Look how he blends in well with those rocks. That's where he feels the safest. But what I like about the halibut is those little eyes they kind of got at the top of their head. And that little weird fin that helps them kind of maneuver under the ocean. Bloop, 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 bloop. What's that all about? Oh boy. And then I look back and Nick is surrounded again by a school of unidentified fish. Look at him just swimming around him. It's really cool when that happens. Probably about most of the dive was about 30 to 40 feet, maybe 50 at the max. Anyway, that was it. We had a good time, me and Nick. Who knows if we'll dive again. Hope to see you again, Nick. That was fun meeting you. And we'll see you on the next one. That's all for now. Bye.